Have you ever gone out for a short walk, just around the block or even through the grocery store, and found yourself needing to sit down because your legs start aching? Maybe they feel tight, heavy, or just plain sore. You're not alone. Leg pain after walking is one of the most common complaints as we get older. It might feel like muscle fatigue, stiffness in your joints, or even cramping in your calves. And sure, we often chalk it up to age and try to push through it. But the truth is, your body might be trying to tell you something. What if I told you that some of that pain could actually be reduced just by changing what's on your plate? Yes, really. Certain foods have been shown to reduce inflammation, improve blood circulation, support muscle and joint health, and help relieve the kind of leg pain many older adults experience after walking or standing for too long. Let's talk about what you can start eating today that may make a real difference in how your legs feel tomorrow. Let's start with the root of the problem: inflammation and circulation. As we age, inflammation becomes more common in the body. It's like a slow, invisible fire that burns in our joints and muscles. It makes our legs feel sore after minimal effort, makes climbing stairs harder than it used to be. And yes, it makes that stroll through the park feel like a mini marathon. Then there's circulation. Blood flow naturally slows down as we age, especially if we're sitting more and moving less. Poor circulation means your muscles aren't getting the oxygen and nutrients they need to recover from even the simplest activities. Now, what you eat plays a huge role in both inflammation and blood flow. And thankfully, nature has given us some powerful foods that work with your body, not against it. Number 1. Leafy greens, nature's muscle relaxants. Let's start with a food group that's so simple yet often overlooked. Leafy greens: spinach, kale, Swiss chard, arugula. These aren't just trendy health foods. They're some of the most powerful muscle and joint supporters you can eat. Let me tell you about Carol. Carol is 69 and was once an avid ballroom dancer. Elegant posture, smooth moves. She was light on her feet and full of energy. But over the years, she noticed her legs feeling tight and stiff, especially after walking or standing too long. Her calves would cramp, her knees would ache, and sometimes even short trips to the store left her looking for a bench to rest on. "I figured it was just age," she said. "Part of the deal, right?" But one afternoon, her friend brought over a spinach and arugula salad with lemon vinaigrette and walnuts. Carol loved it. The next day, she made her own, then another. And before she knew it, leafy greens became a daily staple in her lunch and dinner. After just a couple of weeks, she noticed something: less cramping, less stiffness, and more fluid movement. Her legs didn't feel so heavy, and even her balance seemed steadier. Here's why leafy greens are so helpful. They're rich in magnesium, a mineral your muscles need to relax properly. If your legs feel like they're always tense, or you get those annoying calf cramps, low magnesium could be part of the problem, and greens help replenish it. They're loaded with vitamin K, which supports strong bones and helps reduce inflammation in the joints. Many older adults are low in this key nutrient without even realizing it. Adding leafy greens doesn't mean turning your meals upside down. You can toss spinach into a smoothie. Honestly, you won't even taste it. Sauté Swiss chard with garlic and olive oil for a tasty side dish. Add kale to soups or stews. It softens beautifully. Or do what Carol does. Make a simple salad every day with arugula, lemon juice, and a drizzle of olive oil. She calls it her leg reset. So if your legs are feeling sore, tight, or tired, give greens a chance. It's a small change that can lead to a surprisingly big difference. Number 2. Beets, the circulation superfood. Now, I know not everyone is a fan of beets. They have that earthy taste that people either love or politely avoid. But after hearing this next story, you might look at them differently. Meet Harold. Harold is 75 and a retired postman. He used to walk miles every day delivering mail. But after retirement, walking even a few blocks started to feel like dragging concrete. His legs would get heavy. His feet would tingle. Sometimes he'd have to stop mid-walk because of cramping in his calves. At first, he thought it was just old age. but a vascular specialist told him it was poor circulation, a common issue in older adults. His blood wasn't flowing efficiently to his legs, which meant less oxygen to his muscles, especially during activity. A nutritionist recommended one thing: beets. They're like natural nitric oxide boosters, she explained. They help open up blood vessels and improve circulation. So Harold started slow. He sliced roasted beets onto his salads. He blended them into smoothies with apple and lemon, and eventually he tried drinking beet juice in the mornings. And then something surprising happened. His legs felt lighter, not all at once, but within a couple of weeks, his walking stamina improved. He could go longer without stopping. The tightness in his calves began to ease, and that sluggish, dead weight feeling in his legs fading fast. Beets are rich in nitrates, which your body turns into nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes and widens blood vessels. This allows for better blood flow, especially to your extremities. That means less leg fatigue, less cramping while walking, more energy in your stride. If you're thinking, but what about the taste? Try this. Roast beets with olive oil and rosemary until tender and sweet. Grate raw beets into a salad with citrus dressing, or go for beet juice. Just start with a small glass and don't be alarmed if your bathroom results turn a little red. Totally normal. Harold now swears by his beet juice ritual and even jokes that it's his walking juice. He walks a mile every morning and says his legs feel 10 years younger. Together, Leafy Greens and Beets are like the dream team for your legs. One relaxes and nourishes your muscles, the other improves blood flow to fuel and support them. So, if walking even short distances feels harder than it used to, don't just assume it's age. Sometimes it's your body asking for better fuel, and that fuel might already be sitting in your fridge. Number 3. Tart Cherries, nature's muscle relief. Let me introduce you to Frank. Frank is 72 years old and used to be a high school gym teacher. The man was active his whole life, coaching basketball, leading hikes with his students, jogging in the early mornings before class. But a few years after retirement, he started slowing down. He said his knees and legs just didn't bounce back the way they used to. I'd go out to mow the lawn, and by the time I got halfway through, I'd be limping, Frank told me. Not from injury, just this deep soreness in my legs, and it would hang around for a day or two. He tried stretching more, doing lighter activities, and even icing his legs after walks. It helped, but not enough. Then, one day at his local farmer's market, a vendor offered him a sample of tart cherry juice. "Good for sore muscles," the vendor said. Frank laughed. "Do I look like I run marathons?" But he bought a bottle anyway. Fast forward a few weeks. Frank started sipping half a glass of tart cherry juice in the evening, right before bed. Nothing drastic. But after a while he noticed something. His legs weren't complaining as much after activity. That persistent soreness? Less intense. And here's the kicker. He was sleeping better too. So what's the deal with tart cherries? These little ruby red fruits are loaded with anthocyanins, plant compounds that fight inflammation. Athletes have been drinking tart cherry juice for years to reduce muscle soreness and recover faster after intense training. But the beauty is, you don't need to be an athlete to feel the benefits. If you're an older adult who feels like your legs take longer to recover, or that you just can't do as much walking or yard work without paying for it the next day, tart cherry juice might be worth a try. It even contains a small amount of natural melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate sleep. So not only are you helping your muscles recover, but you're also supporting better rest. And if you've ever struggled with leg restlessness at night or soreness that keeps you from falling asleep, this could be a gentle, tasty solution. Frank? He's back to doing morning walks again. And he jokes that tart cherries are now his retirement workout supplement. You can find tart cherry juice at most health stores or grocery stores. Just look for 100% tart cherry juice, not the sugary cocktail blends. A small glass in the evening is all you need. Or if you're watching your sugar intake, you can try tart cherry extract capsules as a supplement. Ask your doctor what's right for you. Number 4. Fatty fish, omega-3. Power for your legs and your heart. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful foods for leg health and overall health. There is fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, trout. These cold-water fish are swimming with omega-3 fatty acids, and omega-3s, they're like the secret weapon against inflammation, stiffness, and joint pain. I want to tell you about Susan. She's 68, and for the longest time she avoided fish. "I didn't grow up with it," she said. "I never liked the smell, and I wouldn't know how to cook it even if I wanted to." But Susan was dealing with something called chronic venous insufficiency, basically poor circulation in her legs. Her calves would swell by the afternoon. She had visible veins, and walking for more than 10 minutes gave her a burning ache, like her muscles were always behind on oxygen. A nutritionist she met during a health seminar encouraged her to start eating fatty fish just twice a week. Nothing fancy, just a simple salmon fillet baked with lemon and herbs. And guess what? A couple of months later, Susan noticed her swelling had gone down. Her legs felt less tight at the end of the day. She could walk farther and longer before needing a break. Omega-3s help by reducing inflammation, yes, but they also improve blood vessel function and circulation, making it easier for oxygen and nutrients to reach your leg muscles. That's key to keeping your legs strong, pain-free, and mobile as you age. And if cooking fish still sounds intimidating, don't worry. You can buy pre-cooked or frozen salmon and just warm it up. Make tuna salad with wild-caught canned tuna. Bonus points if it's packed in olive oil. Try sardines on whole grain toast with avocado. It sounds strange, but it's delicious and very nutritious. Or, if fish is just a no-go for you, you can talk to your doctor about an omega-3 supplement. But not all supplements are created equal. Look for ones that have EPA and DHA, the two types of omega-3s found in fish oil, and be sure it's from a trusted, third-party tested source. Another tip, omega-3s work best when they're part of a larger anti-inflammatory diet. That means less processed food, less sugar, and more whole, colorful foods. Susan now actually looks forward to her salmon nights. She calls it her joint support dinner. And she told me something that stuck with me. "I didn't think food could help my legs feel better. I thought I'd have to live with the pain. But now I walk with my grandkids again. That's the difference a piece of fish made." Number 5. Turmeric, the golden healer. Let me tell you about Maria. Maria is a 74-year-old retired nurse who spent most of her working life on her feet. And while she took care of countless patients over the years, she admitted something recently. She wasn't taking care of her own joints. "My knees talk to me every morning," she joked, "and they're not saying nice things." She had been diagnosed with mild osteoarthritis in both knees and found herself relying on pain meds more than she liked. "I'd pop a couple of ibuprofen just to get through a grocery run," she said. But I knew that couldn't be the long-term plan. One day, her granddaughter, a college student studying holistic nutrition, came over with a small container of bright yellow powder and said, "Abuela, you have to try this." It was turmeric. Specifically, turmeric mixed with a dash of black pepper, ground fresh. Her granddaughter made her a warm drink with it, what the wellness crowd now calls a golden latte. Just warm milk, turmeric, a pinch of cinnamon, and a crack of black pepper. At first, Maria thought it was just another trendy health idea, but after a few weeks of adding turmeric to her soups, eggs, and evening lattes, she started noticing something. Her knees didn't hurt as much going down the stairs. She could bend more easily. She was even able to walk to the park again without reaching for her pill bottle first. What makes turmeric so powerful? It's all about curcumin, the active compound in turmeric. Curcumin is one of nature's most powerful anti-inflammatories. It's been shown in studies to help with joint pain, swelling, and stiffness, especially in people with arthritis or chronic inflammation. The problem is, curcumin on its own isn't very well absorbed by the body. That's why black pepper is key. It contains a compound called piperine, which can increase curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. That's not a typo. 2,000%. Maria now calls her nightly turmeric latte her golden medicine. She even sprinkles it on roasted veggies or mixes it into lentil soup. And while it didn't cure her arthritis, it gave her something even better: control over her comfort. So if you're dealing with sore joints or legs that feel inflamed, stiff or slow to move, try adding turmeric to your routine. It might just become your new favorite evening ritual. Number 6. Potassium-rich foods. Balance your muscles, beat the cramps. Let's talk about leg cramps for a second. You know the kind I mean. The kind that sneak up on you in the middle of the night and jolt you awake like you've been electrocuted. The kind that locks up your calf like a vice and leaves you sore for days. If you've ever sat up in bed holding your leg and whispering, "Ow, ow, ow," through clenched teeth, you're not alone. Now meet James. James is 70, a retired mechanic, and a proud grandpa of 5. He stays active, not with gym workouts but with house projects, gardening, and chasing little feet around the backyard. But every night, like clockwork, cramps would come for his legs. "At first, I thought I needed to stretch more," he said. "Then I thought it was dehydration, but water didn't seem to help much." Then, during a routine checkup, his doctor looked over his labs and asked, "Are you getting enough potassium?" That was the light bulb moment. Potassium is an essential mineral that helps regulate muscle contractions and nerve signals. It works hand in hand with magnesium to prevent those painful spasms and Charlie horses. And as we age, our potassium levels can dip, especially if we take certain medications like diuretics or have health conditions that affect absorption. James started adding potassium-rich foods into his meals, and not just bananas. In the morning, avocado toast with whole grain bread. For lunch, a big salad with black beans and spinach. At dinner, a roasted sweet potato with olive oil and herbs. And occasionally, he sipped on coconut water after long days in the garden. Within a week, James noticed something shocking. He was sleeping through the night again. No cramps, no midnight acrobatics, just rest. You don't need fancy supplements or expensive powders. Potassium is hiding in so many whole foods. Sweet potatoes, avocados, bananas, beans and lentils, tomatoes, coconut water, beets, yes again, yogurt, spinach and other leafy greens. Don't forget water, the most underrated remedy. Dehydration is sneaky. Even being just a little bit low on fluids can make your muscles ache and your joints feel stiff. And as we age, our sense of thirst can become less accurate. So, drink regularly, even if you're not thirsty. Add lemon, cucumber, or herbs to your water if plain water doesn't appeal. And if you're taking diuretics or medications that increase fluid loss, hydration becomes even more critical. Food as medicine. Here's the truth. You don't need to suffer in silence or accept leg pain as just part of getting old. Yes, aging brings changes, but many of those changes can be softened and even reversed through food and movement. By adding more anti-inflammatory foods, supporting your circulation, and giving your muscles the minerals and hydration they need, you're giving your body the tools to heal, recover, and move more freely. Start small. Swap out that side of fries for roasted beets. Try a green smoothie a couple times a week. Sip on tart cherry juice before bed. These little choices add up. And remember, movement plus good food is the real secret sauce. Keep walking, even if it's slow. Eat foods that love your legs as much as you love to use them. Thanks for spending this time with me. If you found this helpful, be sure to like the video, subscribe for more natural health tips, and share it with someone whose legs deserve a little extra love. Take care of yourself and your legs, and I'll see you in the next one.